Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm putting some lotion on, but welcome to my channel. Get this live popping. But I wanted to get on live today. What encouraged me actually to go on live was talking to my cousin. So this is my older cousin, and we were having a conversation, and I was asking her how her job hunting was going. And she was telling me that she put so many job applications in, but wasn't able to land anything, no interview, no anything. And I believe she has a bachelor's degree. I forgot exactly in what field, but I know she has a bachelor's degree. I don't think social work or anything, but I forgot, y'all. Forgive me. But she was basically telling me that she hasn't been able to land an interview as far as recently, and that she was kind of frustrated with that. So I asked her this question. I asked her, okay, well, are you using like different resumes? What exactly are you doing? And she was like, what you mean different different resumes? And I'm like, oh, like for the types of jobs that you are applying for. So she basically told me that she has applied for jobs that she wouldn't even care for. She just wants to get a job. So I went ahead and I gave her some advice, and I'm like, you know what? This motivates me to get on live and possibly share some knowledge when it comes to basically trying to get a job in this ghetto economy. That's what I call it, ghetto economy. I got all types of names for it. So I wanted to talk about that as well as some other topics like content creation, trying to get your content rolling even when the money really ain't coming in like that. Because I have experience in that where you're more focused on trying to get your bills paid than invest in things that you possibly, you can't afford. So when it comes to jobs, and I have some experience in this when it comes to my current job, one resume is not going to cut it. And I used to hate hearing that, especially when I was job hunting. But it's the truth. I know it can be draining because when it comes to looking for jobs, it's basically a job within itself. So it's basically a job within itself. And some of the advice that I do have is to create, I want to say a minimum of 3 resumes. A minimum of 3 resumes. You're going to have a resume that is for the job that you really want, for the position that you really want. The second resume is going to be your basic resume. That's going to be your, I'm reading some, what, please? Who is, you talking about a basketball player? I don't know what you're talking about. How you come in here with that different question? But if you want to subscribe. If not, it's okay. But yeah, like, so that's the, listen, this person done messed up my train of thought. But the second resume is going to be like your basic resume if you were to be applying for a regular customer service position. And then the third resume is going to be one where, let's just say, if you're interested in transferring or getting into another career, you're no longer interested in the current career that you're in and you want to go into something else, that would be like the third resume. So because the current job that I'm in right now, unfortunately, a lot of the people are losing their jobs. They are trying to make it. They have a lot going on. So the field that I'm in, it involves a lot of research, thinking outside of the box and helping people. So I get firsthand understanding of what people are going through. Because a lot of times, a lot of things are displayed on social media. You don't know what's real. You don't know what's fake. But these are real people that I'm assisting, and I see firsthand how frustrated they are with the job market. So part of my job is to create or help them create resumes, help them with their interviewing skills, like finding questions and everything. So I have a little bit of background in that. That's like not everything that I do, but that's part of it. So I thought, why not come on here and try to share what I know and possibly help somebody. I do recall I had commented on somebody's page. Damn, I don't remember her name, but I commented because I think she wanted some advice on finding a job. She just lost her job. I need to find her page. But I gave her some advice on what to do. And I think it was almost a month later, she responded to me and said that some of the tips that I gave, it actually helped her. So hopefully I want to do like just a follow-up and see like if she did find a job, like go find her page. I think I saved the page. I'm gonna find it later and just, ask. But so we got to the resume part, and the thing is, depending on the job that you are applying for, you're gonna have to be sure that you edit, like whatever you have on your resume, the bullet points, you have to edit and kind of tailor it to what they're asking for. You get what I'm saying? Like, tailor. I know it's going to be a lot of work. I know it's frustrating. I know looking for a job is a full-time job within itself. But when you have to eat, when you have to pay your bills, when you have a family that you need to support, when you basically got to like hustle and do what you got to do, then sometimes you have to put in that extra work in order to get the outcome that, that you desire. So another recommendation that I have is once you get, because you will get an interview, you have to speak positivity into yourself. You have to speak life into yourself, even though things look negative. You're seeing a lot of negative online. You're probably dealing with negative people, negative friends, negative family members, negative everything. You still have to find a way to speak positivity to yourself. Because I was one of those that, and this was like my college days, where things would be so tough and I would not be the nicest person to myself. So that's like another recommendation I have, is to be sure that you're nice, to yourself. Don't be saying negative things to yourself, because what is that gonna do? That ain't gonna do nothing but delay the process, like delay your blessing. So something else I told my cousin I was talking to was, once she lands that interview, to know how to flow in that interview. Like when they asking certain questions, don't be so quick to respond. Now, I'm no expert. I am no expert, but I have a lot of experience in this, and it was just rough. It was rough. It was ratchet, but I got through it and I landed the role that I wanted. But when you're in an interview, when they ask you a question, don't be so quick to respond. You can pause or tell them, you know what, let me think about this a little bit, and then respond or answer the questions. Because she was asking, well, how do you prepare yourself for the interview? How do you answer the questions they have? And I was just giving a response. I'm like, dang, I wish this was an opportunity to where I could be on live, but this was a private conversation. But the way I was giving those responses, I was like, dang, I wish I was driving too. So it's not like I could write down everything I told her, but I said you just gotta flow with it. If they ask you what some of your weaknesses are, and that's a lot of common questions they have when it comes to interviews, shoot, I told her straight up, but this was the truth. I know you're gonna try to sometimes finesse your way to getting a job, but I know how I responded was, and this is true, that I'm a workaholic. And I said sometimes, and you can use this response if you want to, if you feel like you get where I'm coming from. But the way I answer, like what one of my weaknesses were, is that I'm a workaholic, and sometimes it can kind of affect my personal life as well, like not making enough time for friends because I'm so determined and I want to make sure that I'm doing this work right. So if you could find a way to use that in your interview, try it. They love it. They'll be like, oh really? Well, can you give an example? And I'll be like, well, sometimes I'll choose work over going out, which has happened in the past. So it can be a way where you can make you know, make things work for you to make sure that you do land that job. And then this is another thing. Don't ever forget to ask them questions. When they ask you, well, do you have any questions for us? Yes. Ask questions. Be like, okay, so, you know, what made you want to work for this company? What drew you to this company? People like talking about themselves. If you notice on YouTube, I notice this a lot, and I'm probably guilty of it as well. But sometimes videos that I watch, the person will be so focused, or interviews that I watch, the person who is interviewing, sometimes they're talking more about themselves than the host, or whoever you're watching on YouTube is talking more about themselves than their viewers, right? So translate that into your interview. If people like talking about themselves, why not take that opportunity to be like, well, what drew you to work for this company? How do you enjoy this company? Do you have a high turnover rate? What are some of the negatives and positives when it comes to this current role that I've applied for? Damn, I should see it's coming off the top of your head. This ain't even no script, but that could be some of the questions you ask. Never leave the interview without asking questions. If they ask, do you have any questions? Don't be like, oh no, hey Nikki, that's my girl. But don't ever be afraid to ask them questions. I always ask a minimum of 3 questions before the interview ends. So research the company. Also, this is a big one. This is a friend of mine that told me about this trick that actually worked for me. Be sure to send them a thank you email for taking the time out to interview you. That I've done that a couple of times. I need some water. I've done that a couple of times, and it had me stand out. Hi, Sunflower. How are you doing? So, yeah, I would recommend that. I would recommend sending them a thank you email. Be sure that you get the person who is interviewing you their email, or ask for the front desk email. There's always someone at the front desk. Ask them, and don't be afraid to call, ask about the status of, you know, everything. Hold on, y'all. I'm really learning how to work live in a sense. There we go. I don't know what's going on. Where these people be coming from, y'all? Like, where I'm sorry, I had to. People be different. Like, they be different. They be different, and they be having to go in timeout because I don't play that weird like that. Some people be on. I don't get it. I never understood it before when people go on live and people just come with like the weird energy. I be like, huh? Oh, what? Yeah. So yeah, back to what I was saying. But when it comes to interview, don't forget, hype yourself up. Do a lot of research about the company. Be determined and speak it into existence that the job is yours. So I don't know, it's just on my heart to get on live and do this. You know how you have energy, like a whole lot of energy, and then you like, let me get everything out the way. Let me do what I can do. If someone's on my heart, let me do it. So that's why I hopped on live. And because my weekend is going to be interesting, I thought, why not I use my positive like energy while I have it, and to get on live and to make sure I put that content out. But that's some of the tips that I have when it comes to applying for jobs. Also, I almost forgot. I used LinkedIn a lot. I am not too fond of Indeed because Indeed had too many scammers. I would get false interviews. Oh, come on, we got this remote position. Just hop on. I would hop on. Nobody would be on there. Like, nobody would be on there. So I'm just like, Indeed, it was just too many of that. It was too much of that going on. So I stopped using Indeed and I went on LinkedIn. So when you're applying for jobs, be sure that you are up early in the morning. I would be up like 7:30, 8 o'clock. And I also would have like side jobs, but I wanted a main full-time job with some income. You feel me? So I would recommend waking up early in the morning and applying for those jobs. And because what they do is they'll post those jobs early in the morning. So think about you getting the good batch in the morning compared to later on where the job has been reposted. I never believed in applying for jobs that were reposted. I don't know why. I think I read somewhere where it's not the best thing to do. I don't know. So I stayed away from that, but I would have a minimum of 5 jobs I would apply to. I'd be like, listen, I'm determined. So I'm going to be sure, regardless of what I'm feeling like, I would apply for 5 jobs minimum. Another thing is, if you're having a tough day, if you just not feeling it, it's okay to give yourself a break because it can be a bit draining. So if you're just not really feeling it, you've been consistent with putting out the applications, following up and everything, and it's just overwhelming and you need a day off, take that day off. Don't feel bad about that. Do not feel bad about that, okay? And don't give up. Keep track of the jobs that you apply to because baby, these days it seems as if the jobs ain't really responding, whether they are viewing your application, if they don't, if you're not going to get the position, if you don't get the job. I'm just like, or interview, I'm like, dang, so y'all don't even respond anyway. But these days it's just problematic, y'all. I got my laptop here. But the next topic I want to talk about, I hope everybody's night is going well so far. I had to put somebody in timeout. I hope that didn't mess up the live, but whatever. I don't know. Just trolls are weird. But another thing I want to talk about was when you are interested in content creating and your money ain't looking right. Right? So we all know that everything is expensive. It's expensive. It's ratchet out here. And you are interested in creating content, but your money ain't matching. You feel me? Your money ain't matching. You like, I can't afford to do this. Use what you have. And I know you probably are over it when it comes to hearing people say that. But the thing is, it's the truth. It's really the truth. I remember when I was unemployed, for the most part, I did mention earlier I would have something on the side. It just wasn't enough to cover my bills like how I wanted to. But the thing is, sometimes people who really want to just create content, they're kind of ashamed to do so because they don't have the right equipment. And the thing is, use what you have, because if you have that iPhone or if you have that Android or whatever phone that you have, still wipe your lens off. Y'all, I got a good excuse. So, because my friend was telling me, she was like, some of your videos are a little blurry. I broke my lens, but we gonna get that fixed. That's the goal. We gonna get that fixed this weekend. But I still use what I have. I make sure I do my best to wipe the lens, but your girl done dropped the phone too many times. But I use what I have. Do the same thing. If maybe your place ain't looking up to par and you don't want to record, you want to go live, but you're not comfortable where you at, how about recording your car? I know I record in my car sometimes. If not, try. I know the library sometimes you can, because people don't talk about the library like that anymore or go to it like that. But some of them, they have rooms where you can use it, sign up and use it. So if you want to record content, you're not really comfortable at doing it at your place, so you're probably ashamed, go to the library. Like, use all the resources you have. Use what you have. And don't compare yourself to what others got going on, because what others got going on ain't got nothing to do with you. That's my motto. What they got to do with you? Nothing. I know, just to be honest with you, like starting out, I was like, man, I got things to pay. I got my car to pay, my car note. I got my car insurance. Get a backdrop. Right, Nikki, get a backdrop. Shoot, I got my fake backdrop right. I got my fake one right here, and I don't care. Why not? And it don't even have to be perfect, but as time goes on, thank you, Nikki. That was like good advice. Get a backdrop. Like there is no excuse. And also, one of the things, the reasons that kind of stopped me getting on live is being uncomfortable because I'm like, who in the hell am I talking to? I'm talking to my phone. Who am I talking to? And then the more and more I watched more videos of smaller content creators, I have my laptop here and I just read something. Oh, see y'all, this is why you gotta limit yourself to news, baby. Cause news it be so depressing. Sorry, my light went out. It be so depressing. Ugh, I had something popped up and I'm like, oh gosh, this is sad. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Utilize what you have. And the thing is, we're in 2025 to where we have YouTube as a resource. We have Google, we have TikTok, we have different social media platforms. So you can get as much information as you can. It's literally at the tip of your fingers. So use it. You don't have any excuse. Write down what you want to talk about. I know people mostly be on their phones and put hi. Your mom is hilarious, Nikki. I love her. Hey, Miss Tina. You be cracking me up. Thanks, y'all. I needed to smile today. Thank you. I've been trying to make myself happy. Sometimes, even in the midst of being sad, not being yourself, try your best to find a reason to smile. Because, baby, man, things is looking rough out here, but you got to just keep pushing, keep going. If you need that time off, take that time off and try to laugh. So thanks for joining, y'all. But back to what I was saying, it's so much information out there. You have the love you. I love you more. I love y'all. Y'all go follow Nikki. Miss Tina, you gonna be posting on YouTube? I know you should be posting on YouTube. Don't worry, I'll get on y'all case later. I'm always getting on Nikki's case. But it's not like it was back in the day where there were limited resources or you had to drive to the library to get information. Everything is on your phone. And I'm a firm believer of utilizing what you have and making the best of your situation, regardless of what it's looking like. So do it. It's so many people out there. They be making a way and they be making a path for themselves and they come from nothing. They literally come from nothing. And if you're born in the States, I know it's ghetto. We in the trenches of the States, in the United States. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I hope it says Lolo. Sorry, y'all. I be avoiding my glasses. You know what it is. Thank you so much for subscribing. But I be losing my train of thought. Even though we in the ratchet US, it's still better compared to a lot of countries. And the reason I'm saying this, hold on, before you attack me, don't attack me. You posted yesterday. Oh, I gotta go see it. I gotta see it. Wait, share it in the chat, Nikki. Hold on, because I think it helps when you share your videos, right? Share it. Why I didn't see it? It didn't pop up in my notification. I got my notifications on for you. So before y'all attack me for that statement, I have both of my parents that are from they're from Haiti, and here is literally, it's amazing compared to where they're from. So that's where my comment and knowing about their experiences come from. So being that, understanding that, it just makes you realize you have to keep going and you just gotta use what you have. Don't let that stop you. Oh, and creating content, you have to know why you want to create it. It shouldn't be just for money because you're doing it for free, right? If you're not getting paid from YouTube or getting paid from other social media platforms and you're still putting that work out there, you're doing it for free. you have to have some type of passion for it, because this does take a lot of work. And consistency. I used to roll my eyes so bad when I would see videos and listen to a lot of videos, save them. Like, oh, be consistent. I'm like, how can you be consistent when you work in a full-time job? What if you got a pet? What if you got a pet child? What if you got kids? What if you married? What if you got a significant other? Hey, even if you are single with no kids, I'm sorry, I'm pointing this pen at y'all. I was writing my notes. But this will make y'all get the point a little bit better. But even if you are single, no kids, live alone, you still have the responsibility of yourself. Raising yourself in itself is a full-time job. So you don't have anything to lose. You don't have anything to lose in doing this, but it does take work. It takes work. And some of the advice that I have when it comes to this is using your time wisely. And what I mean by that is, and I'm going to use myself as an example, and hopefully you can relate. And if not, hopefully eventually you can try to pick up these habits. But what I mean by utilizing time is, let's just say if you have all these videos on your phone. Let's say you don't have a fancy camera, all you have is your phone, okay? And you've been recording, but you haven't uploaded. Hint, hint, Nikki. That's my friend, y'all. I ain't picking out. That's my friend. But you got these videos on your phone and you ain't uploading. Well, if you have a dog, because I know I got my dog Chow. When I'm walking my dogs, or dog, Lord, I'm trying to put more dogs on me. I can't do another dog. One is enough. But I got a pit baby. So you already know, if you're your dog on a pit, if you have a pit, you know what I mean. But I'll be walking him, making sure he's getting his walking, and I'm on my phone, and I'm at least uploading the videos that I have recorded into CapCut so that I can edit later. It's a step-by-step thing. So I'm making sure my dog is walking. I'm making sure I'm getting the exercise that I need. All the while, I really want to do content creation. So what I'm doing is I'm doing these things, and I'm still doing it step by step to where I'm uploading the videos to CapCut, and then I can start editing it a little bit. When I get home, get ready for work. When I'm on lunch, okay, I have a good lunch break. Why not use my lunch break to the best of my ability, right? Edit the rest of my videos, do a voiceover, and then I upload. So I'm utilizing what I have, and then I'm not making an excuse for myself. I notice a lot of people these days, they tend to make excuses, and it's true. I am very, very, very aware of the times that we're living in, and how things what's the word of the day? Ratchet. That's exactly what they are. But you can't let that hold you down. And it's not to minimize what anybody's going through. Sometimes the more that you're going through, sometimes it can result in your best work. It can result in your best work. And what I mean by that is, like for me, right now, I don't go into detail with my personal life, of course, but right now, things are trash. Like, I'm grateful. I really am grateful, but they're not the best. Hold on, y'all. Had to make sure I ain't looking crazy. Well, it's nighttime, so we doing the best. We working what we got, right? But things are not the best. And everyone is different, but I said, well, if you're not feeling the best, things can always be worse. Why don't you transfer you not feeling the best into some work? Like I said, everyone is different. Sometimes people will be going through it and they just don't want to do nothing. They want to lay in bed all day. I was there too. Want to be in bed all day. They unhappy, or maybe depressed or mood disorder, whatever. And you don't want to do anything. And I firmly, at this stage in my life, be healthy, of course. Find healthy coping mechanisms for whatever you're going through. But I know for myself, well, if I know I got one life, if you know you have one life, everyone has different beliefs, then you gotta do what you can do, okay, while you're here on earth. And that's what I'm living by. Be healthy about it, but don't let the fact that you don't have the most money stop you from wanting to create. You have to have some type of passion for it, because the money definitely ain't, it ain't gonna be coming like that. I did initially start out like, oh, I need another source of income. But then I was like, girl, you were blessed with a source of income. Use it. And maybe God will see what you're doing with that one source of income. And he'll see how you manage that. And then he'll multiply it. That's how you have to think. Take time out for him as well. And that's what I've been doing too. I can't force nobody to do anything, but I know I'm a firm believer. And sometimes you just have to spend time with him, pray, and just ask for direction. And hopefully this message can help somebody. I'm trying to make sure I got everything on my notes. Consistency. So keep being consistent. Use your time wisely. Forget the negative comments. If a lot of the videos I watched and a lot of people that I watched online, I'm going to get off soon because I got to get ready for tomorrow. Let me just say get ready for tomorrow. So I'm gonna get off here in about 4 minutes, so like 10:30. So let me finish what I was saying. But forget the negative comments. There are a lot of different people here on earth. My thing is, I don't understand how you on somebody else's live, even though this is YouTube. We don't own none of this. How you on somebody else's live? Call them everything but a child of God. Don't let that stuff get to you. And maybe, like I said, everyone is built different, but I don't be giving a damn. If you don't learn nothing else from this channel, I want you to take this with you. I don't be giving a damn. Somebody can come on here and call me all types of N-words and this, and I don't give a damn. Let me tell you something. On this live, all you got to do, I don't want to drop my laptop. All you have to do, learn how to work live, is click, hold on, let me try to practice so I can tell you all right. See, you click on it, and then you could remove the message. You can hide the user on the channel or put the user in a timeout. See, I am in my 30s, okay? Y'all don't need to know my business. I'm in my 30s, and maybe the people of my generation and age have tougher skin, but, and not putting anybody down or anything, but don't let words get to you like that so quick. I don't be giving a damn. If I could show you the amounts of damns that I gave, it would be none. It would be none. And then on top of that, my people's Haitian, they build you Ford strong. Don't they be saying that? Like strong as a Ford, whatever, however it go. Baby, them Haitians is built different. You think you coming on here saying all types of nonsense is gonna hurt my feelings? Man, please. Go look it up. Them Haitians will cuss you out. They English could be broken. You could not barely understand them. They gonna know how to construct some curse words and cuss you out. Please, don't let these fake internet bullies get to you. A lot of people are self-conscious about how they look. Man, please, pour love into yourself. Pour love into yourself. That's the first thing that you should learn how to do. How do you do that? Be nice to yourself. Speak positivity into yourself. Block whatever the hell people got to say that's not positive. Now, unless it's constructive feedback, that's another thing. But if they coming on this live and they don't know you, why would their words get to you? You know, and I've been like this for a long time, but I don't give a damn if ain't none of these people paying your bills. And I don't give a damn if you was making money from content creation. They still not paying your bills. You still making a way to pay your bills. So the advice is rolling out. Personal opinion, I don't believe in leaving your full-time job to do content creation. Maybe that was a thing a few years ago, but from watching the OGs on YouTube, doing a lot of research online, that's just not the thing right now. Sometimes you have to know what's going on economically speaking. And right now, the things ain't looking good. But that should not stop you from still doing this. But you can keep your job and do this on the side. That's just my advice. But what do I know? Right? Oh, yeah. And keep your space. I have to be, like I said, use time wisely. Keep your space positive. Keep it. I know sometimes we love clutter. Like I said, been there. Done that, but try to clear your space of clutter, because I believe your space is a representation of your mind. So yeah, try to do that and you'll be good. So I have to respect my time, because I'll be on here just talking. But be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if you're a smaller content creator. Like I always like to say, you need more followers or you need more interaction. Let me know, because I'll support. But yeah, message of this whole video, even though it was a little lengthy, that's okay. Make sure you're kind to yourself. Take your time to breathe. Learn to slow down, because we're in a rush society and everything seems so rushed. I'm guilty of it. And spend time with your loved ones and your friends, because you never know when that person won't be here anymore. So, just putting light and positivity out there. And don't worry, like, you will get to where you desire to go. It might not be on the time that you want it to be, but eventually you'll get there and everything will be okay. All right? Because, hey, life is short, so be nice to yourself and keep going. And yeah, I'm going to end this live. Thanks for everyone that joined, and for the weirdos, doses.